Good morning, everybody. Happy Tuesday. Today, I want to talk about effortless entrepreneurship. So let's go ahead and start the intro. All right. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Oh man, we got Brad Hart. Brad Hart, my one of my mentors, is here. Good morning, Brad. And for everyone else that is joining today, I wanted to talk about effortless entrepreneurship, how to take your side hustle, turn it into a full-time business, because so many of us want to hold our own direction in our hands, and it is so important to be able to feel that you have sovereignty over the things that you are capable of doing. And I know for many people, when they think about entrepreneurship, they may think about the long hours, they may think about being stressed out, they may think about all the different things that are extremely difficult to do, especially if you have friends that are entrepreneurs. If you talk to your friends that are entrepreneurs, you will ask them, hey, how are things going? Most likely they will say things are going well, but at the same time they will say how busy they are, how stressed they are, how little time they have. All right. Jason, how are you doing, my friend? I hope you are doing well. And happy holidays to you as well. And so I'm creating a mastermind. We're starting January 1st, and in this mastermind we're going to be covering what it means to be an enlightened entrepreneur. And is it possible? Is it possible to run a healthy business without feeling stressed out? And I almost want to call it effortless entrepreneurship, but I think that would be a bit of a misnomer. So I wanted to call it enlightened entrepreneurship, because you will have to put in effort. Now, one of the concepts that I really want to talk about is the concept of challenges versus problems. Challenges versus problems. So this is a pretty easy concept to understand, but if you have a problem, right? If you just think about the etymology of the word problem, is something is going wrong and you need to fix it, right? So entrepreneurs on a daily basis will encounter tons of problems, but I like to look at these problems simply as challenges. And why is looking at them as challenges different than looking at them as problems? Well, if you've ever been to a therapist for your mental health, they often talk about, we're not here to fix you. There's nothing to fix. What we're really here to do is help you reclaim and refine your true authentic self. And when you do that, you'll feel whole and complete. So I like to look at business the same way. It's like there's really nothing to fix. There's just challenges. And what are these challenges? Well, these challenges will help you level up. If you have a marketing challenge, you have to learn more about marketing. If you have a customer service issue, you'll have to get better at customer service. If you have a supply chain issue, you really need to have greater continuity within your supply chain. So these are all things that could be looked at as a problem. Oh man, my supply chain broke. I'm not getting all the inventory that I need for the holiday season. Or, oh man, my marketing, it doesn't work. We spent so much with High Times magazine and we didn't see a high return on our ad spend, right? All of these different things people will talk about. But if you simply look at these problems and look at them as challenges, you start understanding that these challenges are here to help you not just become a better person, but to become a more holistic human being. And that's what I'm talking about in enlightened entrepreneurship, is learning when to hustle, learning when it's okay to kick back, relax, recharge your batteries, and when it's time to step on the accelerator again. And so I believe that most entrepreneurs, most professionals that have side hustles that want to take them to full-time businesses but aren't able to do that, it's because they look at all of their challenges as problems. And when you have problem over problem occurring day after day, it takes a lot of willpower. It takes a lot of staying in a positive vibration in order to resolve all of these. But if you look at them as challenges that will make you a better marketer, a better salesperson, a better business person, better at operational efficiency, it will really start changing your mindset. And mindset is so important. The number one indicator towards you achieving your goal or not is what type of mindset that you have. So let me just go over a few different mindsets that I like to talk about. So There's the scarcity and fixed mindset. So the scarcity and fixed mindset, this is when you believe that the world is the way the world is. Your genetics are what your genetics are. And if you're good at something, you're good at it. If you're not good at something, well, probably that's not meant for you. You should be a natural at it. Whereas other people who have the growth mindset, the abundant mindset, they have a completely different mindset. The mindset is, hey, if I can't do something right now, I could learn how to do it. If someone else could do it better than me, I could go learn from them. There's no reason to be jealous. There's no reason to look at what your capabilities are and think that they are fixed. Now, I like to think about the infinite mindset. What is the infinite mindset? So we have the growth mindset, which is like, hey, I could do this. I could do this. But the infinite mindset, I would say, is one step beyond the growth mindset, because in the growth mindset, it's like, hey, like if I work hard enough, if I grind hard enough, I'll be able to figure this out. But the infinite mindset, I like to talk about the infinite mindset as something that is horizontal. And what do I mean by horizontal? Not horizontal, but horizontal. So, like the finite mindset or the finite games, finite mindset, finite games, they have beginning and end. They have winners and losers. They have time limits. They have rules. So almost everything in life is a finite game, from getting your degree to getting a promotion to buying your house to making partners, right? There's like these like beginning and ends to these finite games. And whether or not you win the finite game determines whether you're happy or unhappy. So if you think about your job as a finite game, if you think about acquiring material goods as a finite game, then your mental health, your state of being goes up and down based on whether or not you win that finite game. Now, infinite players, what is the definition of an infinite player? Well, infinite player, they don't see rules and boundaries and time limits and winners and losers. They look at things horizontally. And what do I mean by horizontally? Well, look. Go look out the window right now. You look out the window, you can see the horizon, right? How far is the horizon away? I believe the last time I Googled it, let me actually Google it right now. How far is the horizon? How far is the horizon? Ooh, it auto-completed it. All right, so the horizon is roughly, what? Just 3 miles away? No, 12 miles away. Okay, so the horizon is 12 miles away. So when it is 12 miles away, and you walk 12 miles towards the horizon, do you ever reach the horizon? Well, no, you don't. The horizon is still visually 12 miles away. So what is the whole point of thinking about things horizontally? Well, if you look at life horizontally, or if you look at things like the infinite game, that there is no end to it, well, what's the point in trying to get to the horizon? Well, the point is to enjoy yourself, to have fun, right? If you think about the infinite game of life, all the achievements, all the accomplishments, all the accumulation of wealth, all the accumulation of physical items, if you're not having fun, then what type of experience does your consciousness have? If you're not having fun, let's just think about that one more time. If you're not having fun, what type of consciousness experience, or what type of experience does your consciousness have? One that is not fun. So attaining all of these things, the achievements, the accomplishments, the goals, it really doesn't matter. So this is why the infinite mindset to me is so important, because it really lays out what life is about. It's about enjoying yourself. And of course, you will have challenges. And during these challenges, you're going to have to push yourself. But when you push yourself, you're going to stretch your comfort zone. And when you stretch your comfort zone, you're going to find out something more about yourself. So let's just talk about consciousness. All right, let's stop talking about entrepreneurship. Why do you want to stretch your consciousness? What is the whole point of expanding your consciousness? Well, the whole point is when you expand your consciousness, you could experience more of what life has to offer. So the best example I could give is go pick your favorite sitcom that you used to watch as a kid, Full House, Growing Pains, whatever it may be, and go watch it again. Watch it now as an adult. You'll notice that there is a lot of like adult humor, a lot of sexual innuendo, or maybe just go look at like old Disney movies that you used to watch, rewatch them again. You'll be like, yeah, there's tons of adult humor here. So did they just all of a sudden add like this adult humor and sexual innuendo into the shows? No, of course they didn't. They were always there. And that's the whole point of expanding your consciousness, is when you expand your consciousness, you are able to see more facets of life. When you could see more facets of life, you can make better, clearer business decisions because you see more of what is going on. And that is the importance of expanding consciousness. So let me get back to the infinite game. So with the infinite game, when you're enjoying yourself, having fun, doing new things, and you're expanding your consciousness, this is exactly how it gets into this effortless entrepreneurship, is having this mindset that whatever you're doing is absolutely fun and enjoyable and is stretching your consciousness. And when you expand your consciousness and you could see more things, you literally have a different experience of life. All right. So, in one of these future lives that I go on, I'll talk about spiral dynamics, the different levels of consciousness, and the different core values that each of these levels have. Because once you could find out what level of consciousness you're at, you'll have a clear understanding of like why things make sense to you, why you like things that other people may not like, that don't resonate with, and really start seeing that like this world that we live in, it has so many types of realities. And if you could really dial in what reality you're living in, what reality your core customers are living in, this is how you start becoming a successful business person, by understanding what's important to them. And like I said, maybe this is the most important part to running a great business. Everyone thinks like everyone needs to understand. Everyone needs to understand what I have to offer. I have the best boba tea. I have the best cannabis. I have the best jujitsu school. Whatever it is, right? Every business owner that I speak to always wants people to understand what they're doing. But here's the trick to enlightened entrepreneurship. It's not about you. It's not about you. It's about the customer. The customer wants to be understood. And if you can understand your customer, this is how you take your side hustle and turn it into a full-time business. All right, let me read some comments here. Jason Hoover, I like the idea of matching core values with level of consciousness. Yeah. So, core values. And just speaking about core values is how does one feel good about what they're doing every day? Is you do things within your core values. If you have goals and you hit your goals, but you do things outside of your core values, when you hit your goals, you're still not going to feel happy. Why? Because you are doing things outside of your core values. Now, if you live your life within your core values every day, like my core values are authenticity, honesty, teamwork, accountability, gratitude, and enjoyment, right? And if you just think about my personality, and I told you my core values, hopefully they line up with my core values. But the days that I am able to live into being genuine, being authentic, having gratitude, being transparent, and having fun, these are the days that I always have a great day, regardless if I accomplish something on my list of things to do or not, because I'm living into my core values. And this is why core values are so important when it comes to business, because in business, you're going to have to make decisions sometimes that go against your core values. And you need to understand that sometimes your core values and the business don't always align. And the business, you could think about your business in many ways, but the strict definition of a business is the business needs to be profitable, right? And there's certain rules to business that might fall outside of your core values, or might not be things that you would do personally, but you might do in the context of business. And I like to lay it out this way, because when it comes to business, a lot of people think that like I'm a person of integrity, I'm an honest person, so I'm only going to do business a certain way. I don't want to advertise and use sensationalized or bombastic words. I'm going to be 100% honest and authentic. And what I could tell you is, well, marketing, the whole point of marketing is capturing someone's attention. Someone that has never heard of you, and you're asking for them to take out their wallets, take out their credit card, and pay for something. So yeah, okay, like as a coach, if I were to be completely honest, it's like, hey, transformation is tough. Being an enlightened entrepreneur is difficult. Look at how many enlightened entrepreneurs are there, right? I could say something like that and maybe scare away 99% of the people, right? But if I say enlightened entrepreneurship, it could be effortless. You change your problems and you turn them into challenges. You start playing the game of life as the infinite game, right? It feels a lot different, right? And the reality of it is like a lot of things in life will take a lot of effort. So when it comes to marketing, you got to make sure that what you're offering is a good match and that you're saying it in a way that connects with the core audience and the prospective clients. And look, this is not me telling you that you need to lie in your marketing. Of course, you want to be truthful, but this is just to say that, like, look, like when you play American football, you could run the ball, you could pass the ball. Those are the rules of engagement. In business, there's rules to marketing. So if you're not willing to run the ball or pass the ball while you're marketing, then you're only handicapping yourself and you don't truly understand like what business is there to do. And so another concept that I want to share with people is that sales and marketing is serving people. It's serving people. Most people think sales and marketing as like this icky, gross thing. And I like to say it's serving people. Why is it serving people? Well, many people are aware of their problem, but not a lot of people are aware of the solution to their problem. So the better you are at aligning people's problems with your solution, that is your contribution to the world, right? So look, for those that know me, you guys used to know like I was hyper capitalistic, willing to sacrifice 60, 70, 80 hours of my week to work on my business in order to keep growing my business. And, we went from 2 to 8 to 40 million. So it wasn't all for naught. But at the same time, like I gave up and sacrificed so much for that. And so I had a belief system. That there was another way to do business. Where you wouldn't have to kill yourself. You wouldn't have to be away from your family. You could do the things that you absolutely love to do. And that required the infinite game mindset, a growth mindset at a minimum to really believe like these frameworks are out there. And what I could tell you is, Brad Hart, I call him my mentor. Yeah, I've taken one of Brad's classes. Brad has taught me a lot of different ways of how to promote my own business. And so by being open-minded, and like I felt like I was a really, really good business guy already, but I learned a lot from Brad. All right. I learned a lot from Brad, and there's always more that we can learn. So what I'm saying here is when it comes to marketing, when it comes to scaling your business, keep an open mind. Like if you guys are my age, I'm 46 now, right? Like there was a certain way of doing business when I was younger. Then the internet came out in the mid 90s. And now, like when I look at business of like the 90s to the 2000s to 2022, it is so friggin' different. There are so many more tools that you could utilize today that weren't available. Like, I'm broadcasting out of my house right now, right? Before I would need to have like all of these things set up. Other people controlling the cameras, it's just like a one-man show here. So what I'm talking about is like, yeah, just open your mind to the possibilities, because those that think they can and those that think they can't, that's the interesting thing about reality is they're both right. Now, there are limitations. If I think I could go beat LeBron James on one-on-one, probably that's not something that I could do. So I'm not really talking about like crazy things like this, but I'm just talking about limitations about what you can or cannot do with your life. At 44 years old, I stepped down as CEO to become a coach. Never coached before. It was really scary. I needed to have in my belief systems that I could do it. And I struggled. And then through meeting people like Vanessa Lau or Preston Smiles or Brad Hart, I learned a lot. I learned a lot about what it would take. And as I learned more, I had more confidence, more belief. And that's the thing about manifestation is when you go from wanting to believing to knowing, that does change the energetic frequencies and the output of what you're doing. And for those of you that have seen me talk about the double slit experiment and how consciousness collapses a wave into a particle, and the waves are a field of probabilities that collapse into a single probability, like you start understanding that like these people that talk about manifestation, they're not just gullible people that are like visualizing something and hoping that it comes true. It's that they truly understand that the strategy is important, the work is important, but the energy behind the work is just as important. Showing up enthusiastic, showing up in the problem solving mode, showing up in accountability, right? These are all extremely important if you want to be successful. And this isn't just what I'm saying you to do. This is what I also do as well. I don't know if Brad is still watching, but like I'm in Brad's mastermind, and hopefully Brad could see like I'm coming in very enthusiastic, coming in with an open mind, making sure that like anything that I thought that worked in the past, I'm not like trying to challenge Brad like, hey, your technique, maybe it works, but I have a better technique. It's like, no, I'm going in open minded, just ready to listen, ready to grow, ready to expand, and really being able to take in information that would positively benefit my life. And then I take all this information and I get myself into a positive state of being so that when I do the work, the energy behind the work is inspired. And when you have inspired energy, you start manifesting and hitting your goals much more quickly. So I really like to talk about, practical utilitarian skills like lead generation, sales, closing people, making sure like they have a great experience with you. But also, on a metaphysical level, really bringing in the proper energy, the right vibration. And, for those that may get triggered by words like frequencies and vibrations and are more science-based, well, yeah, this is science. I'm talking about science. Particles and waves. Waves are vibrations. Particles are physical manifestations of that vibration. And every physical object is made up of either a wave or particle. So literally, we are made of frequencies. And that's the whole point of what I'm talking about, is when you start realizing that energy or frequency is our makeup, then you'll start focusing on your energy. All right. Like I grew up, like my parents are immigrants. So the immigrant mentality really is like, just work harder. If everyone's working 8 hours, you work 10 hours. If everyone's putting in 90% effort, you put in 100% effort. And if you do that, you'll be successful. And I don't deny immigrant mentality being helpful, but I'm just saying that it's not just the work. It's the energy behind the work. And if you're interested in learning more about effortless entrepreneurship, just leave a comment. I'll follow up with you. And, let's figure out, how to take your side hustle, turn it into a full-time business in 2023. I'm taking 20 more people this year in order to do it. And I really want to focus on making sure that there are people that could really improve their quality of their life without sacrificing their standard of living. And what I mean by that is, I used to live in the San Francisco Bay Area, and I was accustomed to a certain lifestyle. For those that know me, like I really like electronics. I like bongs. I'm not into like luxury items, but my hobbies can get very expensive with like electronics and stuff like that. And so I wanted to have a better quality of life, meaning more time for myself, more time to hang out with friends, more time to go work out, do jujitsu, things of that nature. But I didn't want to sacrifice like my Teslas, my DSLRs. So actually, I don't own a Tesla. I don't know why I said that. But, all the nicer things in my life. So that is where my mindset was at. I started playing the infinite game, which was I want to work 15 or less hours per week. I want to make at least 6 figures. I want to do it in a way where I feel equanimous. And what I mean by equanimous is I don't have to be in ecstasy or I don't have to be depressed. I just have this general feeling of bliss going on in my body. And I was able to do it. So because I was able to do it, I have a high level of confidence that everyone else can do it. And, I don't know if this impresses people or if this turns people off, but I consume cannabis every day, pretty much all day, all day, every day. And I'm still able to pull this off. And this is not to say other cannabis consumers can't pull this off, but this is to say that, I have this really relaxed lifestyle. And this relaxed lifestyle is only possible because I've created frameworks for myself to live this way. And these aren't unique frameworks. This is like business 101 sprinkled in with some metaphysical ideology so that you could keep your state of being at this really high resonance, high frequency while doing all the practical and tactical things that still need to be done. What's up, Brandon? And so, yeah, okay, I can't believe I came on for 25 minutes. Okay, I'm going to wrap this up in 5 minutes. So what I'm really saying here, Sean, hello in Aruba, I hope you are doing well, is that because I live a high quality of life and high standard of living, I do believe that this is something that should be everyone's, not just right, but this is how they should be living. And I do believe that, with a laptop, with some creativity, with some rolling up your sleeves and putting some effort, this 15, 20-hour work week where you make six figures is totally possible. It's totally possible. You just need to believe it's possible. And if you believe it's possible, schedule a call with me and let's talk it through. And I'll let you know if I could help you. I can't help everyone, but there are people with certain skill sets, with certain businesses that I absolutely can help. And I would say, here's one great example. One great example is I have a client who has this really awesome project. Oh man, I don't think I could talk about it. But anyways, what I can tell you is he takes other people's trash and then turns it into something else that other people want to buy. And the people used to have to pay to have this trash dumped. And because they used to have to pay, my client has a new business, which is he gets paid to pick up the material that he then turns into something that he could sell. How beautiful is that? Being able to take the waste and trash of Mother Gaia, upcycle it into something that other people really want and use. So what I'm saying here is, like, if you have a side hustle, if you have an interest, if you have something that you're currently making some money off of, just leave a comment below. I'll follow up with you. Let's set up a time, because I do believe that, the lifestyle that I live, it's kind of lonely in a way because I have so much free time. All of my friends are working 9-to-5 jobs or 8-to-6 jobs or 8-to-7 jobs, at Google, at Facebook, at Netflix, whatever. And, they have a really great standard of living. But you know what? None of them could ever visit me at my little oasis here. They always got meetings. They always got other people to answer to. They always got a lot of stuff on their mind that prevents them from just meeting up with me at 10:30 a.m. to go get some coffee, or even just think about what I'm doing right now. I just finished eating my cereal. I played some video games on Nintendo Switch, Tetris 99. Then I decided, hey, I feel inspired. Let's hop on Facebook and do a live. And, I'm talking here for 27 minutes now. So I guess I did have a lot to say. And, so not to keep selling my program, but one of the things that I really talk about is why meditation is so important. If you meditate, I believe that when you meditate, you get so many positive benefits. It not only makes you a better person, a better husband, a better father, wife, girlfriend, whatever, but it also makes you a business person, better business person. The level of clarity that I have when it comes to business decisions, there's just no pros and cons list that I have to go through my head. Through meditation, I just know, what I need to do. And if you think about how much brain power is utilized in thinking and trying to figure things out, if you could trust your intuition, if you could connect with your higher self, how valuable is that for you? For example, I don't want to scare anyone or anything, but why am I able to just jump on here and speak for 28 minutes? Well, it's through my meditation practice. When I meditate, I connect with my higher self. When I connect with my higher self, guess what? Normal stable consciousness just gets out of the way. I allow my higher self to come in here, and then I just let my mouth do whatever my higher self wants to say and communicate. And it's such a beautiful thing to be able to connect with your higher self and just trust that whatever comes out of your mouth is the proper thing for the 6 people that are watching to hear at this time and to think about. And my goal here isn't I need to get clients by coming on. No, my goal here is I'm having fun. I'm interested in sharing my thoughts with other people. And by having fun, whether or not people become my clients, it's irrelevant to me because I already know that I'm going to get clients. Now, if I get every single client, cool. If I don't, also cool. Why? Because I know that life is an infinite game. And if I keep having fun, keep improving my stuff, keep coming on here talking about what I'm talking about, clients will just come. They always do. They always do. Mario, what is going on? Josiah, what is going on? Sean, what is going on? If anyone has any questions, I'll stick around for a couple more minutes. But, I did want to just kind of share the stream of consciousness from my mind. I know we went from enlightened entrepreneurship to the infinite game to a whole bunch of other things, but this is kind of like how my mind works. It just kind of comes, and I hope like this has been beneficial for you guys to hear, because we're heading into the new year. I wanted to make some pretty bold claims like, hey, you follow my system 10 hours a week, you make 100 grand a year. Those are pretty bold claims. I'm not 100% sure if I want to put that in writing, but yeah, that is my belief, like this system that I'm talking about to help you find more leads, more potential clients, more ways to scale your business. It only requires 10 hours a week. 10 hours a week, 2 hours a day, 5 hours on the weekends. However you want. And yeah, you know what? This pink shirt, it's so funny. Like, you don't know how many people like always comment on this pink shirt that I'm wearing, but you know what? I love it. It's Pepto-Bismol color. But yeah. Let me see. Is there anything else that I missed on today's transmission? I think that is it. I love you guys. You guys have an awesome Tuesday. I'll be probably coming back on here whenever my higher self tells me it's time to get back onto Facebook. But I hope you found this interesting. I hope you found it valuable information to help you kind of think about really what you want for 2023. And, I went from a business person to a spiritual person to a spiritual business person. I really have been able to reconcile these two different parts of me. And this is something that I really want to teach. How to become a spiritual business person, how to do things with ease and grace, how to take the efforting out of sustaining your business or growing your business, and do it in a way where you're present with the people in your life, so you're not missing out on your life while you're focusing on your business. Because, wouldn't it be great that you could focus on your business, grow your business, be confident that your business is growing, but it doesn't come at the expense of your time, your health, or your relationships? Yeah, that is a dream. That is a world that I would love to live in. So thank you very much, everyone, for watching. You guys have a wonderful afternoon, and take care.